Have you ever had that feeling that something much bigger is being planned behind the scenes of football? That quiet movement, almost invisible at first glance, but gradually showing signs that something monumental is about to unfold. Well, Newcastle fan, the backstage atmosphere at Newcastle United is heating up once again, and this time it's not just about player transfers or departures. We're talking about something that could completely change the level of the club. Something that starts off the pitch, but promises to have direct consequences both on the field and in the future of St. James Park like never before. If you follow this channel, you already know, when Newcastle's backroom starts moving like this, it's a sign that something big is coming. And look, the latest moves from the club's owners, the powerful public investment fund of Saudi Arabia Pif, show that the plans are far greater than we had imagined. You know, that idea of seeing Newcastle not just as an English club, but as the centerpiece of an international football empire. That's getting closer and closer to becoming reality. But hold on, I'll explain exactly what's going on in just a moment. Before that, make sure you subscribe to this channel right now. It's essential so you don't miss any of the exclusive updates we bring. Always based on trustworthy sources like TBR Football, who first revealed the information you're about to hear. Plus, your subscription is what fuels this work, keeping us going and bringing hot, reliable news for passionate Magpies fans like you. And what makes this story even more exciting, fan, is the timing. The conversations behind the scenes at the club are red hot. It feels like every step is being taken with surgical precision. The board isn't just focused on strengthening the squad for the next season, although that's still a high priority. What's at stake now is something structural, strategic, and above all, it involves billions of pounds. It's a true game of chess, with moves that go far beyond the pitch, and the most impressive part, there's a deadline. Yes, a concrete time frame has been set for it all to become a reality. But let's take it slowly, because now it's time to uncover the core of this story. The truth is that Newcastle United's owners are about to take a giant leap in building a multi-club network. According to exclusive information published by TBR Football, the Pif is currently examining 2 strategic markets with the aim of acquiring new clubs to integrate into this international project. And these aren't vague speculations, we're talking about a calculated move. With audits and assessments already in progress, the targets, Major League Soccer in the United States, and the promising region of Scandinavia. Yes, Newcastle may soon have sister clubs in America and the Nordics, forming part of a global football engine that aims to turn the northeast side into the epicenter of a football empire. This move is part of a much broader strategy designed by the Pif, who don't see Newcastle just as a sporting investment, but as a symbol of their global geopolitical agenda, particularly within Saudi Arabia's Vision 2030 plan. Within this framework, Newcastle is the international billboard, the calling card, the global project capable of influencing various markets. And in that context, investing in clubs in the USA and Scandinavia represents more than just expansion. It's a way to cement presence, create commercial opportunities, and most importantly, build a solid base for the development and export of Saudi and international talent. And if you thought this was all just theoretical planning, make no mistake, this is more real than it might seem. Clubs like San Jose Earthquakes and Vancouver Whitecaps in the MLS are officially on the market, with valuations ranging from £500 million to £1 billion to £1 billion. According to TBR Football, the Pif is watching closely, open to either minority investments or even full ownership of one of these franchises, as long as the price fits the project's strategy. It would mark the Saudis' definitive entrance into North American football, a market growing more valuable and strategic for global brands, especially with the 2026 World Cup approaching. In Scandinavia, the movement is even more strategic. Countries like Norway, Sweden, Denmark, and Finland not only offer top-tier infrastructure and emerging talents, but also represent a golden opportunity for the Pif to implement its plan of exporting Saudi players. That's because, as part of preparations to host the World Cup in the future, Saudi Arabia has been working to significantly increase the number of its players competing in foreign leagues. The goal, according to sources quoted by TBR Football, is to reach a 19% export rate of homegrown players to international clubs, and Scandinavia would be the perfect environment for that strategy. Now, think about this with me, fan. What does all this mean for Newcastle? Everything. By being at the heart of a multi-club project, the club gains access to an international platform for scouting talent, exchanging players, and expanding its brand. This translates into more sporting options for Eddie Howe, more global exposure for the club, and of course, increased revenue, something absolutely crucial under the Premier League's profit and sustainability rules. And here's another staggering detail. Even with all of PSR's limitations, the Pif plans to spend right up to the limit and continue investing in infrastructure, the academy and youth development areas that are exempt from financial restrictions and where the multi-club model fits in perfectly. In fact, speaking of growth, have you noticed the incredible rise in Newcastle's commercial and matchday revenues over the last few years? Since the Pif'S took over in 2021, the numbers have been going up non-stop, and this isn't just due to on-pitch results like qualifying for the Champions League. It's driven by carefully planned actions off the pitch like this international expansion, which are taking Newcastle into a new tier of European football. Executives at St. James Park expect that with the construction of the new stadium, the club's valuation will pass the £1 billion mark. And if you're not yet subscribed to this channel, now is the perfect time to join us on this journey. Our mission is to keep you updated with the hottest news, always based on credible sources like TBR Football, Sky Sports, and journalists who follow Newcastle closely. Your subscription is essential for keeping this project alive and continuing to grow the conversation around our club. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button now and become part of our passionate Newcastle United community. Back to the topic. Professor Kieran Maguire, one of the UK's top football finance experts, confirmed in an exclusive interview with TBR that Newcastle's £1 billion valuation is totally justifiable. According to him, the club's key revenue drivers already point towards that figure, and with the completion of the new stadium and consolidation of the multi-club model, that value could even be surpassed in the coming years. What we're witnessing in Tyneside is unprecedented. It's like Newcastle is going through a quiet, yet incredibly powerful revolution that will shape the club for the next 20 years. Finally, it's important to understand that this isn't an isolated move. Other European clubs, including the so-called Big Six in the Premier League, have also attempted to implement similar models. But Newcastle's edge, under the leadership of the Pif'S, is the combination of virtually unlimited resources, long-term vision, and the patience to build something solid and lasting. This project isn't just about buying expensive players, it's about building the club into a global powerhouse, with active presence in different countries, a strong academy system, and a footballing machine that works like clockwork. So, stay tuned, fan, because this story is far from over. And here, on this channel, you'll get every update firsthand. Subscribe now, share this video with fellow Newcastle lovers, and drop your opinion in the comments. Do you believe the multi-club model is the right path for us to grow and conquer Europe? Let's walk this journey together, because what's happening at Newcastle is historic, and you are part of it.